Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to give my full series review of Tokyo Ghoul Re. I have finally completed and read the rest of this series, and yeah, it was interesting. I enjoyed the first series of Tokyo Ghoul. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I liked the anime and I enjoyed the manga for what it was. Tokyo Ghoul Re started off on a very confusing note. We follow Heisei Sasaki. This is also, it's a 16-volume series, viz. Signature release, same as the regular Tokyo Ghoul. We follow Heisei Sasaki, and he is one of the investigators, where obviously Tokyo Ghoul followed the ghoul side. Tokyo Ghoul Re follows the ghoul investigator side of things. It's very confusing. Honestly, it's all of these characters are thrown in your face at one time, and it seems like you're supposed to know what's going on, but you kind of don't. And I read the first 6 volumes well over a year ago when I bought them, and then I was just not... I just didn't keep up with buying them, and then I recently bought and read the rest of the series. So my opinion is coming from the fact that I had over a year gap between reading volume 6 and 7, but even still, I think I would have been easily just as confused. It wasn't until I think volume 9 or 10, apparently I put those in the wrong order, but anyway, volume 9 and then 10 is over here, that I really got into the story, and I was like, oh, okay, this is great. I'm liking this, it's great. And then it got confusing again, and then it ended. So the final few volumes I understood, there was a chunk in there between volume 12 or 13 that was confusing again. But from volume maybe 8 through 10, I was kind of on board. All in all, I enjoyed it. I'm glad I own it. I will reread this series in its entirety with Tokyo Ghoul as well at some point in the future, but it was just a mess, and I enjoyed it because the art's great, the fight scenes are great, but it was a lot of characters, and you're supposed to know who they all are, and you're supposed to remember who they are, and all these people from the first series show up again without... But you're apparently you're just supposed to know that, even though they look kind of different and you haven't seen them for a long time. You're just supposed to go oh, it's that person. But there's 100 freaking characters, and how am I supposed to keep track of everything? If I have to go into the front of the book where it has a list of dozens of characters and their names and who they are, if every time a character is brought up on a panel, if I have to go to the front of the book to figure out who the hell that is, that's a problem. I should be able to read the series without having to stop every 5 seconds to figure out who I'm looking at. That's my biggest complaint with this. Too many characters. There's no need for that. Unless you make them all very memorable people that are very distinct looking, it made the series a mess, and it was very disappointing because I couldn't stay engrossed in it. But that being said, the parts I enjoyed, I really enjoyed. So it made it worth it. Yeah, I just think there was too much going on, and I don't know what the point was. But anyway, the art is very well done. The action scenes are great. And that's the saving grace, is just watching the action scenes play out. All of this text and ridiculousness, I just lost interest. I didn't really care, honestly. And then the fun little 4-coma bits at the back were always quite funny, so that was fun as well. But this was far longer than it needed to be, and far too many characters that didn't need to exist. But yeah, I mean, the first series is better, for sure. Yeah, the covers are nice to look at. I don't really know what else to say. I enjoyed parts of it. but most of it was just like, what is happening? I don't understand what's happening. And I ended up just, like, I read all the text, but I wasn't absorbing what it was saying. And I was mostly just looking forward to the fight scenes because they're very well, like, choreographed and drawn. Yeah, I don't know. The ending was okay as well. I didn't mind it. But yeah, if you've read Tokyo Ghoul Re and you loved it, I would love to know, like, why you feel that way. Maybe I just don't understand. Maybe I just wasn't getting it. And that's entirely possible. But yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say except it exists if you want to read it. Um, yeah, thank you for watching. I would love to hear your thoughts on Tokyo Ghoul Re, if you're willing to share them. This is just my opinion. I'm not. If you like this, I'm glad you liked it. I didn't understand it for the most part. I just found it confusing. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.